You know, there's real power in holding duality. And what this really basically means is holding two states in ourselves at any given time. So let's use a metaphor, for example. Let's say I can't decide whether to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So what I'm going to do, I'm so random, why, but let's just go with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a coffee with some coffee granules. I'm going to put a tea bag in there as well, and I'm going to have a coffee tea, because I'm going to give myself both of those things rather than trying to make the decision. Little metaphor, might not be the right one, bear with me. So when we can hold duality, what we can do is actually, you might be feeling a bit of this, you might be feeling a bit of that, holding both those states at the same time. So you might be feeling peaceful, and at the same time there might be part of you that feels unsafe. So for me this week, I've been moving through some grief after losing my cat, and yes, for the first 2 or 3 days I was just in the grief, in that self-care process. But as I've moved out of that process, what I've noticed is the grief is there, but there's also this peace, love, joy and acceptance at the same time. So what I've been doing the last few days is allowing that to be there, allowing the grief to be there, and allowing the acceptance and the love and the joy and the peace, like I'm in nature right now, so peaceful, allowing that to all be there at the same time. And this is the biggest thing that I see that trips people up, is they try and make one of those things wrong. So they're like, I shouldn't still be grieving, so I'm going to push the grief down, or I shouldn't be happy because I should be grieving right now. And we make something wrong. When we make it wrong, we push it down, and then this is where we start to see health issues and things like that occur, when the body is like, we need to look at this now, we need to allow this now, we need to let this come out, we need to somatically release this now. So if you can just allow both parts of something and hold that duality of that, this is actually how we get to oneness, because the oneness is all of it. So as soon as we just accept all of it, as soon as we accept all parts of ourselves, this is how we manifest, this is how we get into alignment, and this is how everything shifts and changes, and we grow and we ascend and we build our consciousness through holding this state of duality. Because if we push one down or we make it wrong, we get this pendulum swing, we get this push-pull of like, I'm doing the thing, no, I'm pulling back. And then, you know, we end up taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back when we're kind of in this pendulum swinging state. But if we can just hold it all at once, and, you know, I even said this week, like, I might fall apart, you know, I might fall apart. And that for me is, you know, like a session, a good old crying session, right? And that's okay, and I'm going to allow that. And at the same time, I can, like, I know that I can move into this space of love and joy and acceptance, and of being creative again and all the things. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other, it can be both, and we just need to allow all of it. We just need to allow all of it. And there's also going to be a really healthy way to allow all of it to be expressed as well, because there's always going to be the law of polarity, right? A light side and a dark side to everything as well. So I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know, we can go deeper.